Have you ever not wanted to suck complete ass at Destiny 2? Have you always wanted to be carried through every piece of content that you could imagine without having to worry about things like health or damage?
Have you ever wished to become a god?
Well, do I have a solution for you? Try Arnold's one-stop solution for complete destruction. Arnold's one-stop solution for a complete destruction is the entire package. Damage, health, recovery, and even style. Look how cool he is! Say hi, Arnold! Hello! Isn't he the best? He's being put down tomorrow. Alright, so I'll give a brief breakdown of what the hell is going on here, right? So, we're stranding it up, right? It's fucking Berserker. We don't leave this. This is like the best subclass ever released. Why are you using anything else? Like, there's no point. There's no point using anything else. Blade Fury, because it's the only subclass that you can, only super that you can use. Towering Barricade, you can use Rally Barricade, who gives a shit? It's just, you're not using it at all, period. If you use anything other than Strafe Lift, what are you doing with your life? Frenzied Blade, the only melee you got, and Grapple, 100%. The best grenade in the game. Fuck Slice Wire. This shit, listen, I get they want to do some new stuff, but like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Grapple's just the best aspects. You can use Flechette Storm if you want to in place of Into the Fray. However, Into the Fray has a very nice little thing where if you have Woven Mail, you get more melee, and you'll come to see this entire build is just around melee. Banner of War. Banner of War is the best aspect in the game for Titans, 100%. I might be hyperbolic with this, but it is the best by far. You just punch shit, you get more melee, you get more health. What's not to love? Fragments, entirely up to you. You can pick based on what stats they give you, which is what I did for a long time. However, once you got good stats, it's really not that bad. You can see we're going real heavy here. We really have to punch things. Don't have Ascent because we're using Grapple a lot, and it's very nice to get your shotgun ammo back in with just a Grapple. It also gives you plus 10 weapon, which is nice. Go to Fury. You're going to be making a fuck ton of tangles with all the Strand kills you'll be getting. It's very nice to get melee energy back, even though it gives you minus 10 melee, but again, if you have good armor, this shouldn't be an issue. Rite of Propagation. Entirely for the stat boost, but if you're using a Strand shotgun, this is also nice. Like, I don't know, the Crota Zen shotgun, I forget what it's called, I'll put it up on the screen. And Threat of Transmutation, super good, also because it gives you the plus 10 melee boost. It also gives you tangles on weapon final blows, and you have Woven Mail, which you'll always be having, because quite frankly, when do you not have a tangle? We'll start with the armor first, because I think it'll make more sense to what we're doing. The main exotic for this build is, you have three choices, right? You can either use Syntheseps, which, to be fair, if you're using Syntheseps in 2026, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Stop being a pussy, use something better. You can use Wishful Ignorance, which I can see where you're coming from if you're using the other aspects, but like, for what we're doing, not good. And then you can use Worm God's Caress, like a real man with hair on your fucking chest. 100%. Worm God's Caress is the best melee exotic that you can use. Period. But for this build, it's even better. 100%. Basically, you punch 5 things in a row, you get 400% extra melee damage, which can stack. It's not even, you'll see later. It's nuts. Everything is based around getting as much melee as you can. Your powered melees, you get 3 of them. Your grapple melee counts as a powered melee and is buffed by Burning Fist. And everything else is just melee. This is punching shit the build, right? Except we just go nuts with it. Helmet, I'm just using Siphon Mods, hands-on for melee kill, hands-on to get super back. For the helmet, you just want Siphon Mods, maybe hands-on if you like your super. However, you know, who's really using the super when they can punch it, am I right? Orbs are great because they give you armor charges. Armor charges are great because you can do things with them. And everything is nice when you get to do things with things. On the arms, loader of your choice. Gun choice will not matter for this build, I'll get into that in a second. Heavy-handed, so you can get Orbs of Power on your melee kills, and Momentum Transfer, so that whenever you do a grapple melee, you can get your actual melee charges back. Depending on if you're running an energy weapon or kinetic weapon as your primary, you can switch this out, but we'll get into that in a second because of the armor bonus. On the chest, charged up, so we can have 4 armor charges instead of just 3. Emergency Reinforcement, just in case, or any ammo generation of your choice. Because, quite frankly, you don't need a specific gun for this. Stacks on stacks for the legs, so you can get extra armor charges. Void weapon surge. Everything on this loadout is void because I'm using a void gun. You can make it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You don't need a specific gun for this build. It doesn't matter. Invigoration just to get melee cooldown. Even though this is like a 5 to 10% like melee energy back on orb pickup, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still good. Finally on the class, time dilation ×2 and proximity ward, because proximity ward is great. Who doesn't love extra overshield? The armor bonus is the newly made Coda armor bonus. 2-piece is kind of shit, where final blows with light weapons grant stacks of light polarity, which grants grenade stat. Final blows with darkness or kinetic weapons grant stacks of dark polarity, which grants stacks of melee stat. This stat boost is a 30-point stat boost. I had originally tried going down to 170 melee and boosting my grenade up to 100, so I could try and min-max. However, it's not really the best. You kind of do want 200 melee all the time, and then grenade is just like, whatever. But this is heavily dependent on whether you're using your primary in your kinetic or your energy slot. And then the bonus that we're all here for, So Very Thin, the 4-piece, which gives you final blows with light weapons grant additional grenade energy, and final blows with dark or kinetic weapons grant additional melee energy. Rapid final blows that alternate between light and darkness grant a short period of damage resistance. This 4-piece bonus is fucking nuts, let me tell you. Because every kill with either light or dark will restore about 15 to 20% energy to that specific ability back. I'm on 70 discipline, or 70 grenade. You can get the Strand grapple back on 5 to 6 kills. You kill 4 or 5, you kill 5, 6 dregs, you get the grenade back. You get it back. What the fuck? You also get 30% or 30 or 40% damage resistance. You get a lot of damage resistance, okay? And this shit seems to stack with woven mail. For guns, the one thing that you will need, or the one thing that you will like, is any shotgun with 1-2 punch. 1-2 punch will give you an additional 150% damage of your melee whenever you hit nearly all pellets. It's all pellets with the unenhanced version, but if you have an unenhanced version of 1-2 punch, what are you doing? Just enhance it, or get a version of it enhanced. Like, it's so easy to get anything enhanced nowadays. I'm using threat level. I was using a perfect paradox with 1-2 punch and pugilist. You can very much use that. It is very good. Pugilist will give you even more melee energy back. However, I like the one with trench barrel because if I'm out of melee charges, I can just shoot the gun instead of just punching over and over again. And quite frankly, I just want an excuse to use this very, very nice threat level. Just look at it, man. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. My choice of primary weapon is the new version of Reckless Oracle with destabilizing rounds and Chaos Reshaped. Destabilizing rounds gives you volatile off any kill, and Chaos Reshaped gives you extra damage and healing. I highly recommend, if you're going to use any primary, you use one with Chaos Reshaped, because it will make you even more survivable. Last but not least, your choice of any heavy. I'm using 1000 Voices because this thing with the Catalyst is kind of nuts. The general gameplay loop you're going for here is get one kill with either your Strand melee, your grapple melee, or just by punching something, and then proceed to chain melee kills until you have Burning Fists ×4 or 5, and Banner of War ×4. Your aim is to maintain Banner of War ×4 to the point where you are basically unkillable. By constantly using Into the Fray, you can just stack damage resist on top of damage resist, and by switching between light and dark guns, or kinetic and energy weapons, you can just get another 40% damage resist. It is quite literally impossible to kill you in any piece of lower end content without you fucking up somehow. Higher tier content is the same way. I'll be showing an example of a run of Vesper's Host that I did earlier, just to show you what I mean. You can just be in the middle of 30 dudes, and they can be surrounding you, jerking their shit, whatever. They will not kill you. It's impossible. It's why are you even trying? It's futile. This build is insanely good. I'll list off a couple of pros and cons. Pros. This build is insanely good at mini-boss destruction and general ad slam. Anything with a red bar, an orange bar, or a yellow bar that is not a boss will succumb to this with great ferocity. It will die a horrible death, but it will be a fast death, that's for sure. It doesn't take any time. You shoot them with the 1-2 punch shotgun, and you hit whatever the hell your melee button is, and they're dead. That's it, it's gone. Right? And if it's not dead in the first one, you shoot him again and you hit him with another, it's probably dead. It does not take any effort to kill mini bosses. You can destroy things with ease. It's also very easy to use whatever you want with this. So long as you have a 1-2 punch shotgun, you don't even need the 1-2 punch shotgun. Burning Fist times 5 is enough to one-shot mini bosses on its own right. As well as that, you just get an incredible amount of ability energy, period. The Coda armor set. Something has to be done about this, because it is far too good. It is far too good. I personally enjoy using an energy weapon so I can get my grapple melee back, because the grapple melee is an AoE, and it can kill a lot more than just a single Frenzied Blade. But the Frenzied Blade is still good to have. So I'll switch to my shotgun to get the Frenzied Blade energy back, but that'll proc the damage resistance, so it's just very good armor set to have. I used to do this build with Reverie Dawn, just for the passive healing that you would get when you took extreme damage. However, it's a little bit overkill to be honest with you at this point. And even if you take an extreme amount of damage, where Reverie Dawn would be useful, you can just stack the DR with emergency reinforcement. So what's to give? I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. This is just like, it's nuts. It's nuts. I've been using this build in one form or another since before the final shape. A lot of this was inspired by old grapple melee speedrunning strats, especially for like dungeons and shit. This is far too overtuned. I disappeared for 2 years. I haven't played this game since right after Final Shape came out. I come back and it's still overtuned. In fact, it got buffed. It's better now. What happened? I just disappear and it's better. Another con would be it's really not the best for boss damage. It's good for some older content like the first boss of Prophecy or Galron in Duality, or some other like strike bosses and stuff like that. Maybe GM Nightfall is usually. But besides that, you're not really using this for raid DPS. Again, this is more of a general, you just want to kill everything and survive, and also kill mini bosses. Like for a lot of like raid encounters where it's not really boss DPS, it's very potent at dealing with threats, such as in the first encounter of Vile with the Disciple, where you have to kill the captains and the ogres and stuff. Very good for killing champions. Very good for a whole lot of just mini boss killing, but really not good for boss DPS. There are other Strand DPS builds out there, like grapple melee builds that used to exist. I don't know if those still exist anymore. I don't know. I haven't been around in a while, but those were a lot better. It's also really not good for PvP, but to be honest, if you're using this in PvP, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Schizophrenic rant over. This shit's real good. You should try it. I expect to see 10,000 Strand Titans in the near future running only Worm God's Caress. Soon my vault will be filled with over 50 masterwork Worm God Caresses. That's not a joke. I'm at 20 now. I'll let you know when I get to 50. Have a good one.
Yeah, you need to goon. You need to go goon. Go goon. Go goon, little baby. Go goon, little goon, baby. Go goon, little goon, baby.
I'm gooning.
Come for me, come for me, come for me, come for me. Yeah, come for me. Good boy.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't like you. I don't like it. I don't.